Across India, calls for a boycott on Chinese goods are growing after fighting between the two countries on the border led to the deaths of 20 Indian soldiers. India depends heavily on its neighbour for manufactured goods and raw materials. So will this rallying cry actually go beyond rhetoric? Nikhil Inamdar reports.
A publicity stunt, perhaps for the cameras. Men in India smashing the Chinese TV screen into pieces. The video went viral across the country as public anger rises against China, leading to calls to boycott Chinese imports after the deadly border clash in the Himalayas.
Let's come together to become self-reliant and give China a befitting reply.
Story of the India-China border conflict is not just
But beyond the rhetoric, the economic reality is starkly different. China is India's largest trading partner, and India significantly depends on its larger neighbour for crucial imports and investment. 70% of the branded cell phones in India are made by Chinese smartphone companies like Oppo and Xiaomi. More than half of India's technology startups that are worth more than $1 billion have Chinese investments. And 70% of the raw material used by India's pharmaceutical makers comes from China. That is particularly important during this pandemic.
China is the dominant supplier of active pharmaceutical ingredients. India has recently announced active pharmaceutical ingredient policy to become self-reliant and ensure healthcare security. However, this process will take time.
But with China exporting 5 or 6 times more to India than the other way around, there are suggestions to reduce India's reliance on its neighbour. India's wide trade deficit with Beijing doesn't give policymakers in Delhi much room to maneuver in terms of economic retaliation, and reducing business ties at a time of heightened military tension between two of Asia's largest economies will only end up hurting both in the long run. Nikhil Inamdar, BBC News, Mumbai.